Joined by head coach Kirby Dean of Eastern Mennonite University Royals men's basketball. They were picked number 8 in this year's ODAC preseason poll. Coach, let's talk a little bit about your squad coming into this season. You had a lot of starters from last year's team. I think at least 4 of them that are gone from your starting lineup who were linchpins to your program. Talk a little bit about those gentlemen, but what you also got back this year that you expect to keep the Royals right on the path you've been on the last several years.
Yeah, I think the last 10 games last year we started 5 seniors. So all 5 of those guys have moved on, and David Falk and Marcel and Ryan and James and Woody and Nick, they were 6 fantastic seniors, and we had a great run with them, and we couldn't be more pleased with what we accomplished with those guys. Now moving on this year, we're a very young roster. We have 9 freshmen and 6 sophomores. We don't have a junior or a senior on the team. So we're kind of in the long-range plan. That doesn't mean I've given them permission to lose, but we want to build, and we want to understand that if everybody stays in the program, we'll have the same kids next year and the same kids the year after that if everybody does what they're supposed to do. But we do have some talented kids. They're young, they're just very, but they're talented. So we're excited about what we think they can accomplish.
You talk about a long-range plan with the young squad. What is kind of your blueprint maybe for this year? If everything were to go the way you want it to go this year, what's the blueprint? What are some of the guys that can help you meet those goals this season?
I mean, the Jones twins obviously played a lot last year, and they're going to be a big part of what we're doing. Rashawn Latimer is back. Christian Hansen is back. Isaiah Harris-Wynn is back. And then our freshman class is just dynamite. I mean, we really feel like the freshman class has a chance to be one of the special classes that I've had, to be honest with you. And I think the key is understanding that in a league like ours, with that kind of youth, you're going to hit some potholes in the road. Our kids have to be tough enough to persevere through that, to continue to work, and understand the team will be in February, if we persevere, will be way better than the team we are in November. And then the team next year will be way better than the team in February, and then the team the year after that will be way better than the year before. So the potential is there to really have a special run. The key is keeping this group together and making sure that we have the same kids in the program over the next 3 years.
The ODAC's pedigree has been proven over the last several years. Since the 2009-10 season, 16 NCAA competitive teams. You've been a part of that group as well.
Right.
Let's talk about how you have a young roster. There are several teams in the ODAC this year that have a young roster, despite we've got a couple teams that are still knocking on the door and inside of the D3Hoops.com preseason poll. Talk a little bit about if there was ever a year to have a young roster to look to build on, that this might be the year.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that we're maybe not quite as top-heavy as we've been the last couple years. I mean, like in 2010, the year we had our really good team, there were 4 teams that were nationally ranked. We're not quite at that spot, but the other side of the coin is I think some of the teams that have been more towards the bottom have improved a lot. So I think there's probably more parity than there's been in a while, which probably means you're going to play a lot of games that are going to be close, and you're going to have to make some plays in the final moments if you're going to get some wins.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for joining us today. Good luck this season.
Thank you.